issues that Malawians face in their everyday life. As usual, I am your host witness Koza, and today I have this issue of stress management among youth here in Malawi. I have a special guest today, and he's going to introduce himself.
My name is Kenneth Vutula. I'm a Malaysian journalism student, and I would say I'm looking forward to today's topic about stress management.
So, Ken, how common do you think is stress here in Malawi?
I would say stress is very common because I would say it's something that is that occurs to us as a youth on a daily basis. You know,
Yeah,
because if you look what is stress, I would define stress as an overwhelming feeling that you feel after maybe you have faced some challenges
Yeah.
or maybe some difficulties in life. You know, so we face challenges and difficulties almost every day. You understand? So the more you face challenges and difficulties, the more you know you you will feel you feel stressed. So I would say it's something that is that happens to us on a daily basis.
So, what do you think causes this stress issue here in Malawi?
Stress issue, things that cause stress in Malawi. The different things I would say. Okay, I'll be defining things one by one.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to my mind is poverty.
Okay.
You know, we could say Malawi is not like a well-developed country. I wouldn't say we are a rich country.
Yeah.
I wouldn't group myself as one of the richest countries in the world, no. Because when we look at, on Google, they say we are one of the poorest countries in the world.
Yes.
So if you are poor, that means there's poverty here.
Yes, that's true.
So it is most likely there's a more chance that people will be unemployed if there is poverty. So if people are unemployed, they don't have anything to do. They become stressed. Because if you are poor, you don't know where your next meal will come from. You know, because somebody that has all the money in the world, somebody that is very rich, they couldn't worry on what will come. You know, on how they can get their next meal.
Yes, that's true.
Exactly. So let's say if you're poor, you don't know how you can get your next meal. You shouldn't feel pressured. You know,
Yes.
that's a challenge. You feel pressure. So that's stress. So I would say unemployment, poverty, one thing. The next thing I would say academic. Maybe let's say exams.
Okay.
You and I university students, right?
Yes.
Yeah. When they say, oh, we're having exams, you know, the pressure. You see,
The pressure, I
exactly.
know, yeah,
You feel the
yeah.
pressure, you know. So yeah, academic exams as well is one of the I would say the causes of of stress itself.
Stress.
Yeah.
So, how aware are you in stress management techniques, like how to handle stress in everyday life?
Okay. On how I can handle stress, I would define it as how I can handle mental health issues. You know, because stress is an example of a mental health issue. You understand? So I remember I was doing a certain topic on another podcast, not this one, another podcast, and we're talking about mental health issues. They said one of the ways that you can actually deal with mental health issues is actually maybe have company, people that are close to you. You know, if let's say you are depressed, right? We're just imagining, right? Let's say you yourself are depressed. For you to actually defeat your challenge or defeat depression, you have to actually have friends
Yes, as I said,
that will distract you from
Yeah.
that will distract you from the problems. Because I believe having company is like you distract you from the things that you're facing. Let's say you're stressed. If you maybe actually have company, your friends, family, people that you love, people that care about you, that are close to you, and maybe you're maybe doing activities. Let's say you're playing sports. Maybe you say you're just chilling. That alone will distract you from your challenge that you're facing. You understand? So the first thing I would say, company, having company, people that you love, people that care about you. The second thing I would say, listening to music as well. But on listening to music, I would say, okay, we shouldn't go deep into depression. Or the depression something that is concerned with depression, but I think we should just focus on stress.
Yeah.
But listening to music as well eases the stress.
Okay.
From how I see it, because I'm a youth myself, and I've actually we always be stressed as youth, you know.
Yes.
In times where maybe I'm stressed because of maybe exams, maybe of maybe my academic performance. There's a lot of things that will make a person to be stressed, you know. So another thing that actually I would go for is actually listening to music. Listening to music. Maybe when I talk about music, actually we should talk about positive music because there are negative music as well, like maybe sad music, exactly, heartbreak music, exactly. So that actually contributes to the stress. You understand? So I would say listen to positive songs, positive music. So I've talked about pop music. We've talked about having pop company.
Yeah.
Look, you can actually also maybe just go out, you know,
Okay.
because if let's say I believe if you are stressed, don't be lonely. Don't isolate yourself from the outside world.
Yeah.
You can actually maybe leave your phone at home and actually just take a walk, like to ease the mind. You understand? So take a walk. You can also actually maybe watch a movie. You know, just to distract yourself from actually from the stress that you're maybe from the challenges that you're facing.
Yeah.
You can actually also have some piece of work. Maybe if you have maybe some school stuff, you can actually work on your school stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of things that can actually like distract you from the stress that you're having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you personally maybe come across this issue in life of stress?
Yeah, definitely everybody has.
Okay.
You can actually say you have
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. Why not that can say
I don't think there's
never
nobody that has actually been stressed before.
Okay.
Maybe if you talk about depression, it's another issue. I'll say, oh, maybe so there's people that actually haven't faced depression,
Okay.
but stress alone, I would say everybody has actually been stressed before.
Okay.
And for us as youth, okay, I shouldn't actually explain my experience on maybe when I was a little boy, but we should give it this recent years as me as a student, as a youth, as a journalism student. The first thing that comes into my mind almost every time when we talk about maybe I'm stressed or whatsoever is exams.
Exams.
Most of the time it's exams.
Yeah.
Remove that. Maybe you have issues at home or whatsoever. Remove that. But exams.
That fever.
Yeah, that fever. When they say exams are out, especially when they say exams are out, the stress that is there is crazy because you might even lose appetite because of they say exams are out. You might even actually lose appetite. So yeah, from my experience, I would say from now recent years, the stress that I'm having is concerning my academic life. So it's exams. Maybe they say exams are out. Yeah, that kind of stress.
How does stress affect a person's daily life?
I say, on my earlier I said, you can even lose appetite when you say when the exams are out.
Yes, yes.
I said about using appetite.
That's
That's the factors. One of the ways that like stress can actually affect you. You know, I'm speaking out of my experience, and they say, oh, exams are out. You know, you can even lose appetite because of maybe the stress, the pressure that you're having. You know, you can even lose appetite. And another thing is you lose concentration.
Yeah.
Somebody that is stressed, there's a chance there's a most he or she is most likely to actually lose concentration. You know, even like
That's
motivation.
true.
You know, even like the heart to actually maybe let's say you want to do something, the heart to actually do it. You know, you fail to do it because of the stress that you're having. So yeah, stress most of the times you lose concentration. You like motivation to do something, and in severe cases maybe you might even lose appetite. Yeah.
So, do you think social media also contributes to this stress issue?
Yeah. Especially in this era where people wanna post this image, of them being. Like people want to paint an image of them being like, oh, I'm successful online. You see them driving expensive cars, you see them
That's true.
eating good food.
It is all fake.
Exactly. So most of the time it's fake, but somebody will see it as I said, oh, like imagine. Let's say, for me, I'm 23 years old, right? I'm
Yeah.
23 years old, and imagine, I wouldn't say I own a house or a car. I wouldn't say so. But let's say there's another 22-year-old that is on social media, and he or she is maybe actually posting, maybe driving specific cars. Maybe they say, I own a car, I own a house,
Yeah.
and me seeing that, oh, another 22-year-old has a house. Believe me, I'll be pressurized.
Yes.
I'll be pressured. Like, I'm 22 years old. This guy is 22 years old, but he has a car. He has a house.
Or is
you
it
know?
am I failure?
Yeah, it's like, am I here? Like, can you say maybe I'm not moving right? You understand? So I would say the pressure that you actually feel on social media is because how other people paint the image of themselves. They want to paint themselves as they are successful. You understand? So you see that and feel like, oh shit, I'm not doing enough.
Yeah.
You know. So most of the times you become stressed.
Yeah.
You want to be like them actually. So yeah, that's how I see it.
How do you think unemployment can contribute to this issue of stress?
As I talked earlier, I said, if somebody's unemployed, most likely, let's say, okay, we should just, I should just explain it in general. When let's say when there's a high rate of unemployment within the youth or amongst the youth,
Yes.
most youth don't have anything to do.
Yes. So
Because the people that maybe they're not unemployed, they employ themselves. Like, okay, let's say when there's a high rate of unemployment, other people like actually find businesses to do. They employ themselves, like self-employment. But amongst us Malawians, how I see Malawians, most of the times when there's a high rate of unemployment, most people don't actually employ themselves. They don't actually start businesses or whatsoever. They just stay, you know. So if you are, let's say, you're not doing anything. You say there's an employment, you're not doing anything. Believe me, that means you don't have any source of income. You understand? So if you don't have any source of income, you'll be stressed where your next meal will be coming from. You'll be stressed where you can buy clothes, where your next clothes will be coming from. So if there is unemployment amongst the youth, this builds stress amongst them. You see, most people actually, instead of finding a piece of work to do, they go and actually start, drinking alcohol, just to like ease the pain. Because I believe stress is pain. Honestly, stress is pain. It's how your body responds to pain. You understand? So if you are stressed, most people actually go and start drinking, smoking jamba. Others, even in rare cases, I wouldn't say in rare cases, but in most cases, other people actually start committing crime, stealing from other people. You understand? So unemployment builds stress, because if you are not unemployed, that means you don't have any source of income. So if you don't have a source of income as a youth, you will not know where your next meal will be coming from. You understand? So I would say unemployment plays a good role in actually contributing to stress. You understand? So yeah, that's how I say it.
So how can stress impact relationships with maybe families and friends?
Okay, I will start on the family context. Okay, no, on the friendship context. Let's say, okay, remember earlier I said stress leads to loss of concentration.
That's true.
You understand? So let's say you have a boyfriend, or I'm imagining you say I have a boyfriend, or let's say me I have a girlfriend. You understand? So maybe I'm stressed. That means I would like concentration. So when you look into in a dating not dating context, you have to actually you have to be there for your partner. You have to actually communicate. You have to be, because it's a thing where you have to focus on the other person as well. So if you're lacking concentration, that means you will not focus on your partner. You understand? So that actually messes up with the relationship. That's how I see it. Most of the times it messes up the relationship. On a family context, most of the times people that are stressed are most likely to be angry. That's how I see it. The people that are stressed are most likely to be angry. So let's say you will see people, okay, in some context you see some parents or maybe guardians like shouting to their children for no reasons, maybe because can I say a parent, right, is trying to pay fees for their student, for that child, and they don't have the requirements to actually pay for the fees. They'll be stressed. So if they are now become stressed, they will most likely to be angry. So that's how you see parents are shouting for no reason. Yeah, actually, shouting for no reasons. Yeah, most of the times it's because maybe they are stressed. Maybe where will I find money to feed these kids? Where will I find money to pay for her fees or for his fees? So most of the times, on the family context, it's because maybe when you look at our parents, maybe because of maybe the stress, maybe it might lead them to be angry. So yeah, that messes up with the relationship as well, in the family context as well. Yeah.
So how do you or do you know? Okay, how can one cope up with this stress issue?
As I said earlier, I said for you to actually ease your pain, actually to forget the challenges that you're facing, I would say you can actually listen to music. As I said earlier, you can listen to music. You can actually maybe have company, as I said earlier, have friends that you have to talk to, and if it's actually people that you trust, you can actually maybe open up to them. Say, oh friend, I have this issue. Can you help me with this issue? You understand? So yeah, for you to come up with stress, I would recommend you to actually open up if you have trusted people that that are close to you. Have company as well. Listen to music. Listen to actually watch movies. Go out there, like hang out with people. Yeah, that's one way of actually coping up stress.
This stress issue can also lead to suicide.
Oh, in most cases, yeah. You see people. Okay, say, have you ever heard about this? Maybe like a man actually like killing himself because maybe they couldn't. Maybe they had debts. Most of the times people that kill themselves, mostly men. People that actually men that kill themselves, it's because maybe they had debts. You understand? So if you say you have a debt, right, and you're failing to pay your debt, yeah, you'll be pressurized. It's like, oh, how will I pay this? So you'll be stressed. So the more you become stressed, the more you're most likely to actually commit suicide.
What are some of the healthy ways that Malawian or the government is doing, at least to contribute to the youth in this issue of stress management?
Stress management. Okay. On a government context, I would say, uh, okay, when a government actually, like let's say they build health centers, right? I'll give an example of Queens, the Queens Hospital. Each and every health center has a rehabilitation center, a place where you receive counseling and guidance from professional workers. You understand? Those professional workers are doctors, right? So you actually visit these places. You will be counseled. Let's say maybe you are depressed or maybe you're stressed. You're stressed because stress is a mental health issue, right? So if you have a mental health issue, you go to these places, rehabilitation center. They actually guide you, will counsel you how you can actually like overcome this challenge. You know, because stress is a challenge. So you visit these places. They counsel you how to actually overcome it. You actually overcome it. So most of the times the government actually builds rehabilitation centers.
What advice could you give to the youth who are experiencing this stress issue?
As I said earlier, for you to actually cope up with your stress or how to overcome the challenges that you're facing, I would say I give things that you can actually do to overcome your stress. I talked about listening to music as one of the ways you can actually cope up with your stress. You know, having company, people that you trust, people that are close to you, friends, family. You know, that's one of the ways that you can actually overcome your stress. So the advice that I can give the youth is actually find things that can help you to cope up with your stress. Talk about listening to music, talk about watching movies, and actually also hanging out, going out, have fun, do sports, do something that will distract you from challenges that you're facing. That's my advice.
So let's take this issue in education matters. Do you think schools are doing much to help youth, like to manage the stress that they are having in their everyday life?
I wouldn't say so. It's a 50-50 chance because I wouldn't say. Okay, but in secondary school, yes. In a secondary school context, I would say so because you had counselors. I believe almost exactly. I believe almost every secondary school had counselors that would actually counsel you. Maybe if you are facing some certain challenges, you go to them. They counsel you, help you to actually overcome your challenges. You understand? But on a tertiary, I would say on tertiary context, I wouldn't say so. Tertiary university, I don't think so. It's like you're just left to handle yourself.
You are an adult.
Exactly, you're an adult. They look at you as yeah, this guy's an adult. They handle themselves. You understand? Once on the context, you have counselors. Primary context, you have counselors as well. Tertiary level, I don't think so. You don't have counselors. Like you're required to actually handle yourself. And as I said earlier, the advice that I gave earlier, somebody that is maybe in a tertiary level, somebody that is above the secondary school level, you can handle yourself. It's easier to actually cope up with stress. You can, as I said earlier, listen to music, find something that will distract you from challenges that you're facing. That's it.
So maybe you have some last words before we conclude today on this episode of ours today.
I wouldn't really say I have some the last words, but my advice is the same. Like actually find something that will distract you because I believe stress is pain. Emotional, it's like mental pain or emotional pain. That's how I see stress. So if you're having mental pain or maybe you're mentally stable, find something that will actually distract you from the things you're facing. That's my point. Okay. Yeah.
Thanks, Kenneth, for joining us in our
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That marks the end of our today's episode when we are discussing the issue of stress management among youth here in Malawi. Don't forget to like, comment, share, as well as subscribe.